Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. What I got for you today is all the different raid loot that you can get completely solo in 2024. Now, the reason I want to make this video is because Into the Light, I keep hearing rumors that deep site harmonizers are going to be the reward for that activity. So what you could do is farm these activities, or farm these, I think it's 8 chests that you can get, and pocket all the different craftable weapons. That way, when you start farming those deep site harmonizers, you can use them on the weapons that you've been farming and easily craft all the weapons available to you. Not to mention all the different spoils of conquest that you can get. I believe it is 75 per week that you can get. So if you start now, you should easily be able to max that out. First one on the list is going to be Vow of the Disciple. You get 1 chest for 5 spoils per character, so 15 spoils per week per account. And if you're not familiar with this one, you'll load the raid from the beginning. Savathun's projection will appear, kill the Savathun's projection, head up Disciple's Bog until you get to the area with 3 abominations. Now, you don't have to kill the abominations, though there is going to be a debuff counting up called Preservation's Darkness. If that hits 10, then you will unfortunately die. So if you know where you're going, you can just try to beeline it. You will die a couple times, but you just respawn and keep going. Or if you're like me, you can just quickly kill the abominations and then move on and get the nodes that way. Now, once you kill those 3 abominations, there are going to be 3 nodes along the path. Shooting those 3 nodes will open a door. Inside that door will be your secret chest that will get you a weapon that you've already obtained from this raid. A lot of these chests, if not all of them, I think the Last Wish ones, but all of these chests will get you weapons that you've already gotten from the raid. So yes, unfortunately, it is not as simple as just getting all the stuff. If you've never done the raid, you do have to do it at least once, and then you will obtain the weapons that you've already done from the raid. I'm sorry, I wish I had a better solution for you, but the other 2 nodes were in those locations. You'll head to this door here. It will now be open, and there is going to be the secret chest for you. And see there, I got my Deliverance and my 5 spoils. I'm going to put that Deliverance in my vault so I can use a Deep Site Harmonizer on it later. Next on our list is going to be Deepstone Crypt. You get 1 chest, but no spoils for this one. So this one's purely just going to be if you're trying to get the weapons. If you have not done the raid before, you still do get spoils from the chest that drop spoils. It's just for the new weapon loot. You have to, unfortunately, have done the raid at some point. So for this one, you're going to kill enemies, head inside the crypt there, and what we're doing is we're going from bubble to bubble. There's going to be a debuff called Frostbite counting up. If that hits 10, you will unfortunately die. But we're going bubble to bubble to get rid of that debuff. There's going to be enemies that spawn at each bubble. If you don't kill the enemies, which you don't have to, and you do happen to die, you'll spawn all the way back at the beginning. If you kill the enemies at the area that it's kind of like a checkpoint, think of it like a checkpoint, you will spawn back at the bubble that you were just at that there's no enemies spawning at. So if you're not familiar with where to go on the path, just follow the lights. I know they're tough to see, but if you're following the lights, you're going the right way. If not, there are maps online that you can use, or it could be just trial and error. So you're going to keep making your way along the path, trying not to hit the mine like I did. And eventually you will get to the final bubble just outside the crypt area, which is going to be that door there. Turn right. Don't go inside. Turn right. Go to the cliff side, and you're going to jump up around here. And there's going to be a chest kind of hidden up here in this cubby. And again, this is going to be a weapon, or in this case, armor, from you already doing the raid. This will not drop anything new, but it unfortunately does not drop any spoils. Next on our list is going to be Last Wish. You get 2 chests for 0 spoils. No spoils on this one, but you do happen to get 2 chests, so 2 chances at red borders. Now, this one may drop new loot. I don't remember for sure. I apologize, but I do not remember. But I think this one might drop new loot for you. And, you know, with Riven's wishes right now going on, might be a good idea to take advantage of this so you can use your tokens on something else. So put in that wish into the wall. If you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it so you can take note of that. But that is going to be the wish to get to Morgeth, the 3rd encounter, Morgeth. Once you spawn at Morgeth, turn around. We are going to be jumping this giant gap. All 3 characters can make it, so I would use, right now I'm using Lion Rampant and Eager Edge Sword for the Titan. You can use a Solar Warlock with Heat Rises and Icarus Dash and an Eager Edge Sword, or the actual super, Daybreak. For a hunter, you could use a Shatter Skate, or you could do the Strand Rocket technique. There's lots of different movement techniques that you can use. Follow the path until you get that secret chest. For the next secret chest, from the area that we're already at, you jump up onto that area there. Strand does make this 10 times easier, by the way. And you're going to just kind of try to make your way up to this top corner up here. Once you get up here, it's going to get kind of kooky for a second. You're running across up here. So what we're doing is we're backtracking all the way to the Shuro-Chi checkpoint now, because the second secret chest is going to be right where Shuro-Chi is. And so jump down here, and you're going to get to this ledge, and then right in this little opening here, you're going to turn around, crouch walk backwards, and it loads to the next area in. And we're going to be going way over there. That is where that next secret chest is going to be. So, whatever method you need to use to get over there. So, just do your platforming and jumping around. And now this one actually dropped a red border for me, which is pretty cool. It was the last one I needed for the bow. So I actually have that one crafted. I think the last thing that I need is the age-old bond, which is, I don't really care if I get that or not. But there we go. Next on our list is going to be the Root of Nightmares raid. Now, for this one's a little different. All right, so you're going to have to go to d2checkpoint.com. There is going to be a code for a bot that you need to join on. So, if you can see the Root of Nightmares Nezarec checkpoint, you can see the bot name there. So, go back to the game, and you're going to do a /join checkpoint bot number 3036. That is going to take you to the Nezarec checkpoint. So start the encounter, and then you're just going to wipe. Then you can leave the game, load in by yourself, and you will now have the checkpoint if you're not familiar with how to do that method. What we're going to do for this one is we're going to turn around, and we're going to backtrack all the way to the second secret chest. So you're going to just have to follow the path that I take. It may take you a few attempts, or you might have to kind of back up and refer to this video a few times, but once you have it down, once you know where to go, it's cake. So we're going to be backtracking all the way to the area where if you are familiar with this raid, it's the area where like the big pulsing wave can wipe you, so you have to be going from like node to node, getting those buffs to keep yourself alive, if you know what I'm talking about. If you have not done this raid, well, then you're just going to get spoils from this chest, because you do have to have unlocked some kind of loot from this chest in order to get something from it. But you still do get spoils, so if you want to farm the spoils and just use them in the tower, then you could also do that as well. Now, for those of you, we do have a Discord. You're more than welcome to join the Discord if you'd like. We do raid runs every now and again. And we are going to start, we have taken kind of a break from getting into raids. We are going to start doing raids again very, very shortly. We just kind of post in the general chat in there when we are looking for people. So if you are in the Discord and you do want to do it, I think there's about 150, 160 people in there currently. So if you are looking for people to do the raids with, then definitely head into there and just post in there, and we will try to coordinate schedules so we can do the raids. So this is going to be the tricky part. You kind of have to jump up in there, slide down, and then jump up here. It gets a little weird here. And then over here, you're jumping out of bounds. So just basically follow the path that I'm taking. It gets a little weird. Just trust the process. And then eventually we'll jump here. And now I believe it is 8 chests total for 75 spoils, I believe, is what the final count is per week per account. And then eventually you slowly back up there, just like we did with Last Wish. And when you do that, that'll load in the next area. Now for that, you can either spawn at the beginning of this area or at the end of it. The better spawn is the ending of the area. The beginning of the area is a little bit tougher. You'll probably have to use Strand and Eager Edge Sword, but the very end, you can just jump across like I did there. So once you do that, look over the edge, shoot the node. Once you shoot the node, then it'll open the door. You head through the door, and you can get yourself the next secret chest. Next on our list is going to be Cottos End, which was 1 chest for 5 spoils. Very, very similarly to Nezarec for Root of Nightmares. We're going to have to d2checkpoint.com, get the code, enter that, which is going to take us to the Abyss. For the Abyss, we're going to head along the path Strand. I would strongly recommend Strand. That makes it a million times easier because you are timed on this one. Eager Edge Sword as well. I think you can make it with an Eager Edge Sword and without Strand, but I think you need at least one or the other. What you're doing is, so if you go along the path, hang left here, there is a door that has a secret chest in it. This one gets you spoils, but you also had to have done the raid and gotten something at some point for this one as well. It's going to be at the very end here. Be careful not to fall in any of the holes that are sitting there. And slowly making our way. You can see the debuff on the left, Engulfed in Darkness, is counting down. As soon as it hits 0, you will wipe. So that chest there will drop some spoils for you, as well as a weapon. All right, last one on our list, Vault of Glass. 2 chests for 10 spoils. For this one, we actually have to do the encounter. So, what I like to do is start off to the right. What we're going to be doing is shooting the heads off of the Minotaurs. So what that does is that makes them aggro to you, and it makes them completely ignore the plates. So, kill the Minotaur that is behind you. You want to be kind of working towards the next one. So we're going to be going counterclockwise here. So next Minotaur will spawn here. So you want to shoot the head off of that one. And then we got to... And so I always start off with the Hunter for this one, because if you have Assassin's Cowl, you can just powered melee kill and go invisible, or you can do a finisher and go invisible. So you want to make sure you backtrack to the Minotaur that spawned behind you, because you want to always be moving towards the next one. So the next Minotaur will spawn in front of us on our way to the next plate, shoot the head off of that one, and continue going this way. If you're using a Titan or a Warlock, you can use Rat King. Rat King with Devour works wonders. And then you can see the last Minotaur is going to spawn back here. Shoot the head off of that one. And now what you're going to do is, if you're using Rat King, just shoot an enemy, go invisible, kind of relax, hang out for a second. If you're using Assassin's Cowl, just powered melee or use a finisher. If it's not a powered melee, then you can just do a finisher on them. But eventually, if you're just kind of dancing for a little bit, staying invisible, they're going to keep trying to look for you. They're not going to go back to their plates at all. So as long as their heads are off, they're going to keep looking for you. Might take you a few tries. This is honestly really kind of tricky. If you're using Titan or Warlock, use Rat King, trust me, but that invisibility is definitely what you want to do. So next chest will be in there. Now, none of these are going to be red borders. You can't craft any of them. There's purely just loot, but you do get spoils from these chests. So if you're only looking for red border or craftable weapons, you can ignore Vault of Glass, but if you do want the spoils, then this is how you would do this one as well. So you could do all of these in about 45 minutes. So each character, so if you take about 3 hours, you should be able to do this with every single character, which will get you about 75 spoils per account. And the final chest will be right here. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe, like, consider joining the Discord. And yeah, love you guys. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.